Hi everybody, it's Julia here and I am back with a new sort of Christmas layout. So if you saw my previous 12 by 12 layout process, this I made sort of right after that, so I'm using quite a lot of the same things. Also I'm using quite a lot of the same things because those are about the Christmas stuff I have. So I pulled out these, it's actually 3 photos, but 2 of them I put together to one 4 by 6. And I had planned to scrapbook them together because they're taken sort of on the same occasion, but in the end I decided just to use the photo with 2 photos put together. So I do this sometimes when I have some time and I'm feeling like it. I go through the old photo albums, I'm scanning them, editing them, and then sending them out to be printed. It's quite a big and it's a big process, so I don't do them as often as I would have wanted to, but I'm really like having the photos I can actually scrapbook them because I feel like the original, the film photos, I'm a bit scared of them. um, but it's okay when I have them on the computer also. So anyway, so the photos I'm going to use are, well, I'm going to scrapbook is about the Lucia tradition here in Sweden, especially this one, and I don't know what year it is. So I haven't written anything on my page, but if I do find out what year it is, I will go back and add that. So anyway, the tradition here, I can actually start by telling you the whole thing. So you can see one photo is 2 photos, and that is of me and my dad. Yeah, he's really pretty here. And the photo on the bottom is a photo of a bunch of women around a table. So a tradition that has been going on in my family, or actually on my father's side of the family for many, many years, is making your own candles, especially for Christmas when you, I don't know what you call it in English, when you dip the candles to make them, not pouring them, but you dip them, so you get these very long white candles. And it's been a tradition that my grandmother and my aunts the old Jew, and that is the women around the table. It's all the women on my dad's side. So this is a very wife tradition, sort of, that has been going on. And it's been quite many years since they stopped. I think it became too much around Christmas, or they became too many. I don't know what it is, but it's been at least 7 or 8 years, I think, since they have this sort of Christmas tradition. But before that they did it all every year. So anyway, this year, which I don't know what year it is, but I would guess it would be around 2001, 2002 maybe, around there. And I think it fell on around the 13th of December, and if you are in the north, you know that the 13th of December is Lucia. And if you don't live in the north and you don't know what Lucia is, it is one of my favorite traditions. Um, it's sort of celebrating the light or lack of light. Up here in the north, in December, we don't have that much light. Actually, any light. It's really, really dark here, and Lucia is an old tradition, and it's the tradition is sort of that a woman, she comes and she bears a gift, and she has light in her hair. And I think it comes from, originally I believe it comes from Italy, where there was this Saint Lucia who brought prisoners food, or the sick ones food, or some poor people, she brought them food on a tray, but she couldn't have a candle, so she put them in her hair. Here in Sweden it's sort of the same. The Lucia is now a tradition of singing, also bringing food, more like fika. um, but yeah, so we have Lucia tåg, or trains, where you have a Lucia in the front, which I am here in the photo. Yeah, it's a big deal, where she has a crown of lights in her hair, and then she has her maids walking behind her, and then she has the star boys, which my dad is here, or you can have little Santas or gingerbread men, and you sing Lucia songs and some Christmas songs. you do this quite a lot on kindergartens and schools. I think some business still do it. It's a big thing on TV, where they broadcast from a big church here in Sweden, where they show these really, it's just really a really nice tradition. And yeah, so I don't celebrate Lucia like that anymore. I don't go around singing that day, but it's a really special feeling that day. This year I didn't. Um, they send, like I said, from the big church, and I didn't go up to watch it, but I could hear it when I was lying in bed because my mom always put that on. We hardly ever put on the TV in the morning, but on Lucia it's always on, and you can hear the when they sing, and it is so beautiful. I'm not big on going to church and church music and all that, but that is always so beautiful. So there's a big tradition here. That was my point anyway. So like I said, I believe that this year when they were making the candles, it was on Lucia. So my dad got a brilliant idea of surprising them with gingerbread and that kind of stuff when they were doing that. So he brought me the Lucia, and he dressed up like a star boy, or that sounds really odd, but yeah. Uh, so you can see on the close-up more pictures closer up on him, but the traditional dress for Lucia Train is a big white dress, sort of. And then, like I said, Lucia has a crown in her hair with candles, and then a red ribbon. The maids have usually glitter in their hair and a blue ribbon, and then a light in their hands. And the star boy, or the little boys, they have the white dress. It's supposed to go all the way down to the floor, but Daddy got to borrow one of mine. They have like a cone on their head with stars on them, and then they have a little stick with a star on. They are very cute. So yeah, I really wanted to document that because it's still one of my favorite traditions, and I don't get to go on any Lucia trains in kindergartens or anything, but I got some pictures of my little cousin. She is 2.5, and she had her first Lucia train on her kindergarten this year, and she was really cute. And I think it's one of those really fun traditions that I really like about Sweden, that we have Lucia bringing light when it's really dark, because that is it. I mean, we have Midsummer here, which is one of the biggest traditions in Sweden, because we celebrate that day. It's hardly any black. It's darkness. Sorry, that is the best, because it's quite dark here in winter, and Lucia traditionally is the darkest day, and she brings light with her hair, or the light in her hair. So yeah, she comes with a light. I think it's one of the lyrics from the song. So anyway, I haven't talked anything about the page. I used some Felicity Jane paper on the bottom, some Falala papers to layer. The note paper is from a really old Swedish songbook, and it says Christmas bells, and I thought that was kind of suiting, so it's lyrics for a Christmas song. And then the letters I use for my title are the same that I used on the previous layout, so it's The Crush by American Craft, and I got them really cheap on Black Friday, and I think they're really cute, so I decided to use them again. And then some stickers here from Falala collection. So yeah, I really like how this page turned out, both how it looks, I think it's really fun, but also the photos of me and my dad. I mean, my dad, he looks so cute here, if I do say so myself. Yeah, I mean, he's a funny guy, yeah. So yeah, so I think I'm going to, my next Christmas page will be about the photo that you see on the left there, about my grandma and my dad's aunts and my aunts and his cousins making the candles. I think that would be really fun to tell that story too. I just don't really know how to do it. I will think about that. But yeah, it's been really fun to do these Christmas pages with older photos. I hardly ever do like big Christmas pages, but I think it's really fun to go back with these photos that I've hardly ever seen, because they've just been stuck in photo albums. So it's really fun. And at the same time documenting Christmas with December Daily, which is very now and very present. And yeah, it's really fun to get that contrast. I hope you like these sort of older photos process videos. Here's a closer look on the page. I really like all the layers here. So anyway, that is it for me. I'm really happy with this page. I hope it gave you some ideas. If nothing else, I hope you have liked my rambly stories about Lucia, and I hope to see you soon.